Hey everyone, what's going on? Greg here again from Team Blast. So I use ChatGPT to help analyze the heat maps for my local SEO clients. I'm going to walk you through the prompts and also what I kind of do next. So to start is the keyword here is AC repair service in Grand Junction. My client has grown quite a bit. They've actually grown 14.87% via page one rankings since the last scan. And the big thing that's happening for them right now is that here is on 6:30 they had a 0% on page one. 7:14 we were definitely below the 10%. And now today we're at the 20% mark, again, for that keyword. And here's how the map has changed. This is the map for today, a lot more green dots. And then this was the map when we first started. So all red dots. Again, we're not on page one of Google for the term AC repair service in Grand Junction. So what I did next is that I had ChatGPT start the before and after based off the scans to give me an idea of the locations that are changing. There's 121 dots over here. This is helpful. But here's the next prompt, though, that I use. So I asked ChatGPT to say, now create a table of views showing as many cities and towns with their new map ranking with the population size. This is actually really important. So for them, I can see that we have Redlands and Monument Road area. There's about 15 dots estimated that are green. Again, dots 2 through 3, share of all the dots is 12.4%. The population here is 9,000, but then you go south, it go one below that, Grand Junction South Central Urban Area. So it says mostly position 3. And you can see it has 65,560. This is actually really critical because I manage their Google Ads account as well. And I do it by location targeting. So I look at it from an organic perspective and say, we're winning in places that have about 9,000 people. That's great. But then look at the Grand Junction area of 65,560. A lot more opportunity for us to flip more dots there to get even more impressions, which will lead to more website clicks, phone calls, and bookings for my client for the term AC repair, especially that we're in July, where it's the peak season now for this particular service. So what ChatGPT kind of allows me to do is get an idea of the nearby communities not yet in the top 3: Orchard Mesa, Fruitvale, Pear Park, North Grand Junction, etc. And they give me a little summary of what I can potentially do next. But this is helpful for me because when I'm looking at their map and saying, okay, what can I do to help improve their keyword rankings? So a couple of things always come to mind when I do this analysis within ChatGPT. Number one, we have services on our Google business profile. I can actually add more towns and cities there directly. So instead of just having AC repair Grand Junction, I might want to include words like, let's say Clifton, because that's 20,000. And you can see mostly I'm not winning particularly in that area, so I can add that directly into the services section. Next, what I could do is I can have updates within my Google business profile. Again, call it AC Repair in Clifton. Number 3, anytime I can tell this to my team, tell this to my client that if their team goes out to Clifton or other areas too, we want to really encourage getting reviews there. So there's a little debate about if someone leaves a review, let's say in Clifton, how much weight that holds compared to Grand Junction. I think there is merit behind that thought where if a user leaves a review directly there in Clifton about the service that they got from your team about AC repair, I think that actually holds a little bit more weight via the ranking signal for Google. So I always try to encourage my clients, hey, if you're going out to these areas, really encourage, bring a QR code, do something to get reviews directly there. That's going to help. Next, photos is a big part as well. Again, if the team is going out to Clifton for AC repair, I'm going to ask my client to say, hey, just take any photo you can when you're in Clifton. The van, the person working on the account, working on the AC repair, anything you can do to kind of show authenticity for that will help from a ranking perspective. Other things we can do products. We can add more landing pages directly to the website. But the reason why I've been able to get them though from 0 to 20% is that it all started with this initial analysis. So when I ran the local Falcon scans that were at 0%, I actually used the same type of analysis within ChatGPT, and I looked at all the neighboring towns and cities in a 4-mile radius of 121 total scan dots, and each scan dot's about 0.8 miles away. So I got really granular with this view, and I looked for areas I was able to flip first. So these are, maybe there's no competitors there, so I really focused on that. So I did services, I did products, I got, again, the reviews, conversation, the updates, the photos, pages on our website. We really called out those towns and cities. Those were easy wins for us. And it did take a while. It took about a month, as you can see, to go from 0 to 20. There's still more work for me to do, but what I'm going to take with this data is that I'm going to apply this now directly into Google Ads. I might actually decrease some potential bids in some areas that we're actually winning from organic and try to put more budget into areas like, maybe Clifton, for example. If we're not ranking that well, I'll say I'm willing to spend maybe 15% more for that because I want to try to get that click compared to some other towns and cities that we're actually ranking in pretty well. But that's kind of how I'm using ChatGPT to improve the rankings for my local SEO clients. I've wanted to just record this video, kind of explain a little bit of how I use AI for the analysis part, but then it still goes back to the same tactics of what can we do to optimize the Google business profile, how can we get reviews, photos, and how we can update the website as well to really kind of showcase this as a particular service for my client. Anyway, thanks for watching this video and stay tuned for the next one.